Good evening, I'm Brendan Miller. Thank you for joining us. After the most recent provincial election, Queen's Park is set to resume sessions on April 14th. MPP of Thunder Bay Atikokan, Kevin Holland, spoke to TBT News about what the goals are for the next session.
We've got a lot of work to do, least of which isn't dealing with as I said, the unpredictability of what's coming from across the border.
Of course, the continuous threats of tariffs and duties from south of the border is still a major issue. It was one of the key reasons for the Ontario Conservatives to call the election to ensure a strong provincial government mandate. Holland went on to express what his plans are for his riding during this term.
So locally, it's a continuation of what we started between when I was first elected in 2022. And expand on that and make sure that the needs of the local ridings being heard. We've been pretty successful in getting the ministers up here, getting investments made into the riding that we need. And it's really continuing to engage with the community stakeholders here and deliver that message back down to Queen's Park to make sure that we're addressing those core issues.
Further, Holland went on to mention that forestry is his #1 concern, and it's such a big part of the region and Thunder Bay as a whole. The Nuclear Waste Management Organization is looking to form partnerships with regional businesses as the agency continues to work towards deep geological repository project near Ignace. Businesses of all sizes can now express their interest online. The underground nuclear waste site, which the NWMO plans to build starting in about 5 to 10 years, would mean hundreds of potential jobs and many other economic opportunities. Engineering and environmental monitoring are some of the services the NWMO needs now or in the near future, according to Indigenous and Regional Communications Manager Vince Ponca. He says they're looking for businesses of all sizes to help with the project moving forward.
We're not even just looking for just big companies that will want to bid for some of the big projects we have coming up, but also for tradespeople or contractors that will be able to do even smaller jobs. Right now we have offices in Ignace and Dryden that may need maintenance over the years, and it would just be good for us to have that list of the plumbers, electricians, or other tradespeople in the area that could take care of tasks that we may have coming up already.
Interested businesses can now register with the online platform Bidingo to express interest or bid on future NWMO contracts. The Thunder Bay Museum hosted a book launch for A War, a Life that's written by local author Margaret Schweitzer. The book is both fictional and non-fictional and highlights her family's history during the World Wars. The book launch included Margaret reading pages of her book and discussed the history of the wars with the attendees.
Well, my grandfather's memory had essentially been erased out of my mom's family, and I knew very, very little about him, only that he had served in the World Wars. And so for a great many years, I just wanted to know who he was. And because I'm also a writer, I can't tell you what prompted me to write it when I did, but finally, after a long time, I've written his story. Well, there's a few here that I do know. Most of them are people I don't know, just with some connection to the World Wars. I really enjoy getting out in public and hearing people's stories, and I very much enjoyed today and the comments and questions from the audience.
The book is available for purchase at the Thunder Bay Museum, Enter Shrine, and online as an ebook. Lappy Vintage Snowmobile Club held their 3rd annual Dawson Vintage Snowmobile Show and Swap Meet. The show displays both new and vintage machines for competition and potential swaps. Emma Chilton reports.
The Lappy Vintage Snowmobile Club gathers at Dawson General Store annually to show off their snowmobile collection and compete in different categories. The show displayed around 40 sleds, and Lappy Vintage Snowmobile Club volunteer Tyler Fadun says the show turnout was better than expected.
Well, the show today is an annual show that's been running for 6 years now. Our group gets together once a year at Dawson General to show off our machines. This year we've got some new classes, some newer machines are here, down into the 90s, even a few new ones that are just a few years old. And we're trying to see if we can get more competitors to come out and show off their equipment.
Spectators gathered to admire the collection, and Fadun says there are different ways to add brownie points to win a trophy.
Yeah, we've got a few trophies this year. We've got different classes with the best original, greasiest triple, best beater, and a few other ones, just to see if we could get some more competition out. It just entails different sleds. You know, some are more rare than others, some are in better shape than others, some have been restored. It depends on what the machine is and what has been done to it.
Show participant Andrew Wilson, who works in aviation, says he built his machine as a hobby and took him about 6 months to build.
So this is it's an ice plane. I built it probably 15 years ago, and it's just pretty basic. It's just an engine with a propeller and 4 skis, and it's very light and it's very fast. Lots of questions. Yeah, it's I guess it stands out here because it's not a typical machine, so that's it. A lot of comments. It's fun.
Emma Chilton, TBT News.
2 Métis people in Thunder Bay District were honored this past week for all they've done on behalf of their communities. A King Charles III coronation medal ceremony was held yesterday night at the Chanterelle. The medals are awarded to individuals across Canada who have made significant contributions to their communities. Wednesday night's recipients were Brian Prairie, who is the president of the Métis Nation of Ontario Veterans Council, and Trudy Bellamy, who serves in the local Métis Community Council and is an avid historian. Prairie says he's happy to receive the award, noting this isn't his first time receiving a formal medal.
I wish there was more of them to give to more veterans, but it is quite an honor to receive a medal like this. The last time I received a formal medal that goes on the, what we say, left side, was 48 years ago. It was the Queen's Silver Jubilee Medal I received. So I've been out of the military for quite a few years. So it's quite an honor.
For all of those individuals that are being recognized for their community service, congratulations. And it's that spirit that people bring to community is what makes this country special. And I think especially right now, it's important for us to celebrate good news stories.
The latest winner of the Dryden Regional Health Services Foundation's monthly 50-50 draw says he's feeling pretty awesome. Raymond Johnson of Thunder Bay was the lucky winner of March's grand prize. Johnson recently drove to Dryden to collect his winnings of $113,000. He told the 50-50 organizers he didn't believe it at first when he got the phone call that he had won the grand prize. Johnson is a supporter of hospital fundraisers across the Northwest and says the Dryden Hospital Foundation is doing a wonderful job in a small town.
You know, you're getting people from far away buying tickets. You got to keep up doing what you're doing, and you know, like for me to have to drive this far for this is just awesome. I would have drove across Canada for it. Keep up your good work, guys. You know, like, yeah, we'll be buying tickets as long as we can buy tickets. So.